I did see it. Was it the beginning of the third? I think. Well, I mean, before we walked on, they even had to check. So, yeah, I mean, look, if rain came, then how do you say? That's what it is. You know, I mean, can't change that. So, look, I've had to come back several times already. The next day, it's just already very late. I would have been very disappointed, even though I even had the chance to play in front of those fans who would have wanted to see our match. You know, even though the women's match was great, but I think some also came for our match, and it was nice that they stuck around and made this match actually very special, because it could also go the other way. That the spectators don't really get into the match, but this one was particularly nice. The ovation I got was amazing, and that was obviously something I appreciated extremely.
How do you explain how crisp you were at such a late hour?
Look, it's happened often to me that when I have to, I don't want to say I wait a long time, and I had to wait maybe 2 hours more than usual. I mean, it's not 8, that can happen too. But it's true, it is extremely late. Other sports started 8 in the morning, like golf maybe, right? We start at midnight. So I mean, it is quite crazy how our schedules change all the time as tennis players, and it makes it for sure extremely difficult to be on your A game every single day. So when something like this happens, like tonight, where you just see the women's match, you warm up several times and ready to go, you wait, you maybe have to eat something, you relax again. Your body is also jumping out of you, so it's jumping out of your skin because you want to go, and then you're held back again. It's tough, So I'm extremely pleased with my reaction out there, and like you said, I played really well. It was crisp, it was nice. I felt fantastic, and I think definitely, like I said, the crowd helped me a lot in this regard.
What if an entertainer that you would stay at an event until after 1 a.m. to see, and who is that?
Well, if I wanted to come watch, for me, it doesn't matter what's happening the next day. I got a ticket, and I would stay until whatever time it is. Sure, it messed up my schedule a bit, but at the same time, maybe I won't have a chance to see that entertainer, person, artist ever again. So I would stay, but then again, a lot of people have a lot of work, and they don't want to go through that, which I can understand as well.
What time did you get here today?
Was it maybe around 5 o'clock, maybe 6 o'clock, maybe? So not too bad.
And when you heard the weather forecast, is it worrisome at all, because everybody else, all the other men would have gone through to the quarters, and that would have put you at?
Well, I mean, it would have been a competitive advantage for, let's say in this case, for Tsonga, if I wouldn't have finished today, or not even have had a chance to play. That's why I was happy just at least get out there. And after I won the first set, I was like, okay, man, if the rain comes now, at least I got a set lead, and if I come back tomorrow, I feel like I'm, in a good position for the following day. But like this, everything's back to normal. I know that there's also a lot of rain actually tomorrow coming, right? So I think that was more the part that worried me than actually having to maybe go on and off the court the whole night. But yeah, there was not much margin there for us, because it was already so late. So one rain delay, and probably they would have sent everybody home.
Roger, if you don't mind, can I ask you about Davis Cup? Swiss team's been announced. Are you sort of committed? And if so, what challenges, obviously playing to Australia, but even getting to Australia, if obviously you play quite deep in this tournament as well?
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. It's a very unlucky draw for us. Sure, Australia is one of those great nations that that enjoy watching them playing Davis Cup. So that's obviously what's very intriguing, playing against them. But the Swiss were really hoping for another home tie, because we had 8,000 people in the last match, and that's in a second round playoff group. So we wouldn't have made that many people again, because the hall wouldn't have been available. But for us, it was tough to now sort of pack our bags and pay a lot of money for flights and hotels and everything. So the federation's not happy. So at least the minimum we can do is trying to win that tie and get back in the world group. So we'll see how it goes. But look, I hope I can get there and play then against the Aussies.
What about in terms of mentally challenging? Obviously, you've done anything and everything in this game, but just sort of, is it something which is still mentally challenging for you after a Grand Slam?
I've done that before. I won the Australian Open. I went to Romania on clay, arrived on Wednesday night and played on Friday, Saturday and Sunday. So I've been there.
Roger, do you drink coffee or any kind of
like late, like today. No, I mean I had 2 coffees during the day, but not tonight. I mean I went to bed maybe around 1:45 last night. So I'm in somewhat of a schedule that for me it's not too crazy, you know, because I know night sessions were around the corner. I tried to sleep in as much as I could the last couple of days, so at least I would be ready to go if it's 5 a.m. really. I mean, you kind of get ready for that because that's what's happened in the past already in some of the matches. Yeah, so that's what it is really.
How good did you play tonight?
I play very well. I mean, look, you always play as well as your opponent allows you to play, and sometimes, you know, they play differently, so it's not really, it doesn't suit you. I can see that he's a player that can give me a lot of difficulty, you know, but today I just think I returned too well, and then on the serve I was too confident, and then from the baseline I had the upper hand the whole time. So in the 3 main areas of you know, of the game I was superior, and that made the match, actually, the outcome pretty straightforward, which is nice.
Roger, your next opponent is Songa. He played a tough 5-setter, and your match was rather short compared to that. Is that going to play a factor, or does it usually play a role in the outcome for a match that's, you know, 2 days away?
Not really. I don't think on this one. I don't think his match was particularly long or particularly taxing. Sure, it's a mental, you know, drag to go through 5 sets. But he's got a day off, and he played. You know, he finished somewhat early compared to what I did now. So I don't think either one of us has an advantage. My rhythm is for sure a bit more messed up, but from that standpoint, I have no worries. And if I play at night, I won't say it's an advantage for me, but then I've been there already tonight, so I'm just excited playing against him, to be honest. He's a nice player to watch and also to play against. It's very interesting, and I thought we had a great match in Wimbledon, which unfortunately I ended up losing, but I thought I was playing great tennis and shouldn't have, but look, he did well and came back, and he proved it in Montreal how good he's playing right now. So he's definitely on a good streak, so I hope I can stop him this time.
Are you pleased to get another